Hello.
Hello.
How is it going, everybody? Welcome to another rendition of hashtag Let's Talk About Something Else.
Yeah.
Please.
Kathy, why don't you introduce our special guest?
Hey, everyone. I would like to introduce you to Tracey DeMate. She's a friend of mine, has been for a long time, and she's been our main commenter. So we just decided to invite her on the show with us.
Just jump right on in.
And she did.
Look at that.
I love it. I love it. And thank you for the invitation.
Yeah.
I still want Jan's mother to adopt me, but
yeah,
I'm working on it.
I'm working on making that happen. After May 4th, I think we have a better chance of it actually going.
Yeah, we may have to do just a whole food show. I was thinking travel next week, but then there's food. We always dissolve into food.
Yeah, I always feel like at some point the conversation always takes a turn towards food.
Well, we have opportunities. Do we have viewers tonight?
Yeah, for those of you that were listening last week and remembered that Kathy promised me chicken paprikash with extra stuff outside of just chicken, she came through on that deal, and it was phenomenal.
Wow.
I'm glad you like it.
It was awesome. I texted her afterwards, and I said, you know what? You have fundamentally changed my perception of what paprikash is capable of.
Oh, yeah. Well, I used to smoke paprika, which gives it a different flavor, too.
Alrighty. I'm just getting the watch party started here on Facebook, and then we'll be good to go.
Nice.
Can
I do a watch party, too?
Yeah, you should be able to. You just go to where the live stream is, and then you click share and host watch party
here on Facebook, and then
I don't know where that's at. I'm not touching anything today because if I do, I'm afraid I'll just lose it all where I'm at. So
right. Okay, watch party is initiated. Or at least it should be.
Let's see. I'm looking. I haven't done a watch party in a while. Is anybody here? Do we have friends tonight?
There's
a few
6 people so far.
Cool.
Yep, that's more than the 0 that we had for the first 15 minutes of our first one, right?
Yeah, we had a bunch of them, and then they all disappeared as we were figuring it out. But it's all good.
So well, I guess the first official one.
Who's in the house with us now?
We shall see. Let's see. I wonder if I could pull it up on the watch party. Wait a second. Did I just uninvite myself from my own watch party? Can you do that?
I don't know. Why would you do that? I see Corey Ramsey. Hi, Corey.
There we go. Hey, Corey. How's it going?
See, I can't see anything.
There's a little comments section. If you overlook on the right-hand side there, Tracey, you can click comments, and there should be a spot for them.
Okay.
All right. Add co-host. Cool. All right. Let me pull up our questions here.
It just says I'm in the show, and everyone can see and hear me.
Yes, they can. The pressure is on.
No pressure whatsoever.
Okay. Oh, well, how was your week, Kathy? Good?
It's been a week, so yeah.
It has. It's been approximately 7 days.
There you go.
Almost on the money.
Yeah.
What about you, Tracey?
Oh, it's been a good week.
Good
My
one?
husband was gone most of it, so I got to...
Is that what made it a good week? What are we saying here?
Well, I goof off until the last hour before he gets home, and then I tell him all the things I did in the last hour and stretch it out and make it sound like I've been busy all day. And then I feed him and he buys it, and we're good.
That's funny. All right. So for those of you that have been tuning in to Let's Talk About Something Else, you know that we pick 3 questions each week to talk about and discuss, which is the same thing, but whatever. So our first week, we talked about Easter candy. We talked about talking to animals like Dr. Dolittle, and we talked about jobs that you wouldn't want to do. Our second week was a very weird week. We talked about weird things that people think you're crazy for doing, weird food combinations, and one thing that you like that everyone else seems to dislike, which apparently Kathy hates peanut butter.
I do. It makes my face go.
But what
I mean, it makes me just.
I definitely know which clip I'm picking out of here for the social media.
No,
ad.
no.
Right there.
Hey, any random clip, anyone looks like they're going to sneeze. I have never seen a great clip where you go, although I do like to mess with people in Zoom meetings, and I'll just hold my mouth and just like go,
Just pretend that you're frozen.
yeah. And then they're like, they'll be talking away and then they'll go, Kath, are you still with us? Kath? And then I'll just start talking.
You're like, I wanted your attention. I wanted to see how long it would take for you to notice that I was gone. That's
yeah, the more you look like you're going to sneeze, though, the more likely they're going to believe it.
Ooh. Well, hey, we hit the double digits here, ladies. We got 10 people in the room. If you are in the room, also, we are going to be just talking about things, and the interaction from the audience makes this so much more fun.
Yeah, we got a few friends
here. More top engaging audience member into the stream, so you guys need to pick up Tracy's slack and hang out with us. So we will just dive right on in. First off, Tracy, we have a custom here. Cheers.
Cheers. What's in your cup, Corey? Corey, what's in your cup? What's in your cup?
So I actually went and I got a growler of Tuscora from the Brewing Company.
Down in Canton Brewing. See, I know my beers a little bit.
Yeah, buddy. I love it. I mean, and I was thinking about it because I was like, you know what? I'm not going to go to Giant Eagle and try to find like a local Ohio can. I'll actually try to just find a brewery. So I think next week I'm going to try to go to Fatheads in Belden and try to get some of their bumbleberry on tap.
Ooh, that's good, I think.
The bumbleberry is so good, especially if you take it home and you put frozen blueberries in it.
Ooh,
super good.
Now that sounds good.
That might be a thing.
Yeah, it cools the beer down, and then like when the blueberries start to melt a little bit, it actually like it almost soaks up a little bit of the beer, and then you get like this amazing like beer blueberry flavor.
Never thought of putting fruit in beer.
Oh, so
there's a man rule out there that says thou shalt not fruit the beer.
Is it really?
Well, I guess, Budweiser had this whole man rule thing, but then they went and fruited them all. So
I was going to say, Budweiser has like Bud Light lemonade. They've got Bud Light raspberry. All right. Well, we've got 16 people in here hanging out with us. So make sure you say what is up. And we are just going to dive right on into our questions for the week.
Yeah.
So I'll do the first one. Kathy, you can do the second one. And then Tracy will do the big reveal on the third.
All righty.
Sound like a plan? You should get some from Lockport Brewery down in Bolivar. Bumbleberry is very good from Fatheads. Yes. Actually, I went to Lockport over Christmas. That's where the Cardiac ICU had their Christmas party. They have a blueberry ale that is very close to, if not better than Fatheads Bumbleberry.
Ooh. We might have to go head to head on that. Fathead too.
Competition.
Fatheads versus Lockport?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, it would be cool if we just set up a show that's us literally just live streaming and being critical of different drinks. We could drink beer.
Well, I know some guys that are doing that. 3 guys, 6 beers or something like that.
Well, that works.
Joe Rosa's out there and TJ Murphy, and I forget who the third one. Oh, Jamie. No, Jamie. Anyway, Jamie, Joe, and TJ do a beer show.
We can fit up to 6 people on this bad boy, so we might have to get all 3 of them on.
Wouldn't it be cool to do a let's talk and the beer thing? That would be fun.
Collaboration
and taste testing, absolutely.
Oh yeah,
I'll leave that up to you.
The public has a right to know what's the best.
Yes, they do, and that's exactly why I want to taste test all this beer is for the public. I want to make sure that they have access to the best information.
Service,
yes, that's just
because you have that heart
from the bottom of my heart. I want to make sure they know what the best beer is.
Yeah.
Ow! Stop twisting my arm, please.
I know.
All right, so
let's talk about it.
Question number 1 is: if you had to spend in the next 24 hours $250 on something completely frivolous, what would it be? Tracy, why don't you take us away?
Oh, I would go to Cindy Petitti's Lawn Garden. I would buy as many flowers as I could possibly buy.
Oh my goodness.
That's where the old like batting cages and stuff used to be.
No,
that's a cousin of hers. Actually, Cindy has a farm out on Columbus Road, is it?
Yes, Columbus Road.
All organic, all natural.
Oh, okay.
We have Saturday indoor farmers markets all through the winter.
Yes.
Interesting.
And Cindy is really a local expert and kind of a legend around here on all things gardening. She's sort of one of our go-to people at the community garden.
Yes.
Well, that's
Yeah.
cool.
See, you learned something new.
I do. You said this is out on Columbus Road?
Yes.
Yeah.
Columbus Road. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'll post a link.
Yeah, not too far from Skyland Pines. Not too far.
Yeah,
Right.
look, 5828 Columbus Road, Louisville, Ohio.
That would be the
Sounds
one.
good.
Sounds good. All right, I'll post the link inside of the watch party for everyone that's curious of where
Beautiful
that's at.
baskets. Get them
Yeah,
early.
she's already selling produce that she's been growing in her greenhouses, and
Nice.
she sells organic meats and all kinds of cool stuff over there.
Well, that's awesome. Cool. Well, for everybody that's in my watch party, I went ahead and posted that link inside of the comments there, so you can go check that out if you're
Excellent.
interested. I'd like to say hello to Chris Landers, Adam Maynard, Tyler King, Mick Cogan. Oh, that was my bus driver back in the day. How's it going, Mick?
Yeah.
And that's it for right now over on this side.
I got Augie and Teresa and Patty and Danielle, Krista, Shelly, and John.
Nice.
Wow,
Look
that's
at us.
awesome.
And Keith, Amy, Joe, and Rose.
Look at that. Man,
So hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight.
a little bit better than 2.
Well, the Joe is someone I know by a different name. That would be my son, Jay. Everyone else calls him Joe, and I'm like, I don't know who you're talking about.
That's like there's a kid that I work with. I guess he's not a kid anymore. Well, no, he's a kid because he's my age. We worked together at the hospital, right?
Mhm.
And went to nursing school together. We graduated from Canton South together. I call him Porter. His 1st name's Alex, but I don't know anybody in high school that called him Alex.
Yeah.
Right. And so now I'm at the hospital. I'll be like, oh, like I'm have to give report to Porter. And people look at me like, who?
Who?
Somebody's angry at us.
And they all call him Alex. And I'm like, that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. I can't get over calling him Porter. That just is never going to go away. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and take this first one. So if I had to spend in the next 24 hours $250 on something frivolous, what would I buy? So I actually took a little bit of time to kind of price something like this out, right? So first thing I would buy is a large bottle of Jack Daniel's Frank Sinatra Select. Okay. That would be my number one purchase.
The man has some taste.
Yes.
And then I would also purchase a 16-year Glenfiddich Scotch.
Ooh.
Okay.
Because both of those combined puts me right about $250. And I
Oh,
have
you
I have-
lost the cigars.
I have a couple now. Well, hold on. That puts me right about $250, and I have about
Oh my
$30 left over to purchase a single Cuban. So there we go. I will have 1 Cuban and 2 bottles of whiskey that I can't afford.
Something to savor.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, and I figured that $250 investment, the 2 bottles of whiskey maybe last me 48 hours. Just kidding. No, like 6 months.
Okay.
That's generally what I roll with.
Well, I'm sure you share too, correct?
If it's Sinatra Select, there's only one person that I can think of that we share like a Sinatra Select bottle with, and that's generally like my co-founder Jacob. Me and him, that's our favorite whiskey out of all of them, is because he collects whiskey too. And so Sinatra Select is just one of those ones that's just like, right? The only other person that I can think of that we've poured a shot of that for inside of our studio is a gentleman named Danilo Mori, who's from Italy, but he was here visiting the U.S., and he's been a friend of ours for a long time. And when he came to visit the studio, we all had a glass of Sinatra Select together and recorded a podcast episode. The Glenfiddich I might be a little bit more likely to share, but Sinatra Select is for a select group of people.
Ah. Well, I'm sure you share with us. So.
I was going to say
110%.
Yeah.
110%.
But, me being who I am would not make you share it with me. I would bring my own bottle because honestly, don't like scotch or whiskey.
Perfect.
I like my clear liquids.
Well, if
You
it's going to
do.
be that expensive, I'd have to at least try it.
Yeah. Well, and that's what so the Sinatra Select, for people that like, a lot of people when they start collecting or the bourbon or they start drinking whiskey, there's so much marketing material out there for like Jim Beam and Jameson and Jack Daniel's Old Number 7 that people think that that's like the cream of the crop of whiskey, right?
Yeah.
Jack Daniel's Old Number 7 is the equivalent of buying gas station vodka. Like, it's disgusting when it comes to.
That's what I've had.
Yeah.
Well, the bourbon. Yeah, we used to do shots of that when I was in college. It was not pretty.
Mick just responded and said that Alex was also on her bus route at one point. Look at that. That's funny. But yeah, so the Old Number 7 is, like I said, the equivalent of buying a plastic bottle of gas station vodka. Like, people inside of the whiskey community that you ask somebody, oh, do you like whiskey? And they're like, yeah, I love Old Number 7. And you're like, oh, you're one of those. Okay.
Well, my son brought me home a bottle of Wild Irish Rose once, and he says, my friend bought this wine and he didn't like it. So I brought it home for you. And because you like wine. And I said, honey, this is not wine. This is a combo of Kool-Aid and kerosene. This is wino wine. This is what winos drink when they have had a bad day panhandling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid and kerosene. I like it. That is one heck of a combo.
Oh my gosh. And it's got a definite rebound on it. So
yeah, I bet. Oh man. All right. Well, for those of you that are listening that are just tuning in, welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About Something Else with our special guest today, Miss Tracey.
Yeah.
We are about to hear from Kathy, and she's going to answer the question.
Oh, what would be mine? Well, see, I'm kind of a woo-woo girl, and I would be buying essential oils and crystals because I do like my rocks. I keep them nearby because they just make me happy. See? Yeah, my rocks. Pretty rocks.
Oh, they do make you happy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a pretty one.
Yeah, I've got some really pretty ones down here. But
I have a whole driveway full of rocks if you need.
No, not those kind. They have to be pretty ones. Or ones that talk to me. But anyway, this would be my frivolous purchase.
You talk to rocks?
I love my rocks.
Like pet rocks?
No.
Yeah.
I guess they are kind of pet rocks.
Well, Patty Tate says hello. Welcome.
Oh, hey, Patty.
Hi, Patty.
We love
yeah,
Patty.
I guess they are kind of pet rocks, right? I think that pet rocks are probably one of the most ingenious marketing schemes to ever hit the world.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I would have loved to do that.
Yeah, me and you as like one of those marketing brains coming together, I would have been so interested to try to figure out how do we get people to purchase a pebble?
Real easy.
Right. Oh, we'll have to crack open a bottle of bourbon and figure this out.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, don't knock on it. That's the process that gave birth to Apex. Me and Jacob Popio met every Monday for every Monday from June through September of 2017, and just had like at that time I was really big into Buffalo Trace, and I had bought a handle of single barrel Buffalo Trace, and over the course of that 3 months, we would just pour a double and sit on my patio at my college apartment and just talk about pipe dreams, about things that we were hoping to potentially accomplish, and who knows where it would go, and here we are. So thanks, Buffalo Trace.
Well, that's really the magic of being with people, and it's one thing I'm really missing right now is when I start talking to people and the ideas start flowing.
Right.
Yeah.
So
that's the best way. I think that's kind of the best way to just innovate in general, is being able to soundboard off of people. There's a girl named Emily Simmons that works at the hospital with me. And she knows that I constantly will like message her because she's very good at looking at things from alternate angles, right? And be that really positive female perspective. And so I'll call her and soundboard ideas off of her, but she knows that like when I text her, that she's like, hey, I won't even say anything. I'll just be like, hey, how's it going? And she'll be like, I'll be available at X time today for you to bounce ideas off of me, because I have to have something. I mean, any type of input is
how
valuable.
we come up with great ideas is brainstorming with others.
Really, that's how coaching works. When I'm with a client and they're like, well, I've tried this, and this, and it's like, well, I'm a new brain on the team, and I'm like, well, have you tried this or that? And sometimes to me it seems like the most obvious, obvious thing, and they're like, wow, that's really different. I was down at the Hunger Task Force this afternoon, and I popped out an idea, and And they're like, never thought of it that way. And I'm like, really? So,
See, and that's the struggle for me, because I mean, I kind of I'm in the coaching space, not quite the same target segment as you are, but like sometimes I almost feel bad charging people for my time, because I'm like, to me, it's like that's such a like no duh idea.
I know, right?
Like I didn't even really have to work for it, but then they're so thankful that it's the ability to be objective, right? And look at the entire battlefield rather than being engaged in one single battle.
Absolutely. And that's the whole thing. But then they also talk about, like the guy who comes in and they bring in this consultant and he walks around a building and he pounds a nail in that place. And they, hands him a bill for $1,000. And they said, the nail was a penny, but knowing exactly where to put it.
Right.
That's where the money is.
Exactly.
Tracy, what would you spend a $250 frivolous payment? Oh, you were talking about flowers. I'm sorry, you went first. I guess we're on our next question, are we? Do we have any answers in our feed here?
I don't see any inside of my watch party.
Oh, you guys, Corey and Patty, or any of my other friends out here, Roberta. Oh, what would you guys do? Jay, what would you spend $250 on? I already know what my son would spend on frivolous.
Well, yeah, don't reveal it. We'll see what we'll see.
No, that he has to reveal. I'm not going to out him.
All right. Are we gonna? Okay. Kathy, can you see the private chat? Type in your answer in the private chat of what you think he's gonna respond with, and then we'll take bets on whether or not you're correct. I'm gonna put.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna put $5 on the fact that she gets it right.
Well, you don't even know Jay, do you? Or Joe?
Nope, I do not. I don't know Jay or Joe.
You'd really like him. He's fun.
Jay's the older one, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Christian's the one that graduated with Jackie.
Yeah. And
Chris is the one that fixes all my computers when I have problems. I just went and bought another MacBook Air off of them this week.
Awesome.
One of my clients needed a computer, and she was like, I'll just go to Best Buy. And I was like, no, you will not. You were not going to Best Buy to get a computer. And then I called Jason.
Go, dear. I know where to get my new Apple at.
I was like,
yeah,
Experiment, 110%.
Absolutely. They're over on Fulton behind Rooster.
I know exactly where they're at. As soon as I can
phenomenal.
Find my Apple.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll fix anything.
And they do. And the biggest thing is that for the people that I'm doing consulting with and stuff, is that they do the custom builds, and that they're willing to put any parts in that you want, or like this computer that I'm operating off of, they put in a new processor. He gave me a solid state drive, like upgraded everything that I needed so that it was capable of doing this kind of stuff. So, and then if you ever need repairs, people are like, well, do they come with a warranty? And I'm like, not necessarily. I mean, you have a 90-day coverage, but unlike Apple Care, where you have to send your computer in, you might not have it for a week and a half. They may not cover everything.
Here's the other thing about Apple Care. Once your computer is so many years old, they won't even look at it because it's too old.
Right.
So I had a 4-year-old computer. The cat spilled iced tea on the keyboard.
God love that.
Well, she is a great cat.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't look at it. Wouldn't even look at it.
Yep. And Experiment will take it, and you sometimes you can get your stuff back same day.
Yeah.
I've ran into issues where I have a podcast recording that night, and I need something done like ASAP, and I've been able to walk in, drop it off. Chris does his thing, whatever he does with the wizardry behind the
He's
wall.
been doing that since he was like 12 years old.
Yeah, and then I have my computer back the same day, and there's literally nothing more valuable than having it right in your back door.
Yeah, a lot of times, I found out that iPhones don't swim. And they really and they don't drink coffee very well either.
Well, yeah, that's good. I always tell people, if your lungs are telling you they're thirsty, they're lying to you.
So, I so many times I'll text Chris. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? He goes, what'd you do to your phone, Mom?
I always crack up when like my parents start off a sentence with, hey, I love you, right? I'm like, okay, what do you need?
That's because they do love you.
Oh yeah, I'm not doubting that. I'm fine to trend with when they start a sentence like that. Okay.
All right. Next question. We have 2 more questions.
Yes, we do.
Let me see. What's the next question? I'm trying to think. Let's see. Oh, what's the most useful thing you've bought in the last couple of months? Since we've been grounded?
did I put it? I have
A lot of people are on Amazon right now.
A lot of people are on Amazon.
And
I'm gonna go find it. I'll bring it so I can show
okay.
it to you guys.
Oh, you got something really fun.
Daily Amazon. And
Oh
when
my.
you are at home,
Mm-hmm.
you go to Amazon for something you need, it always triggers, hey, I wonder if they have. And then all of a sudden you've got packages arriving daily. You're on first name basis with all the Amazon and UPS drivers.
I haven't been shopping. I mean, I've been really working my business and doing a lot of other things, but haven't been shopping. I'm here with all my stuff, and I'm like, I don't need anything else. I am hitting my book pile.
Tell you what, though, I have a cat for sale if anybody's interested.
Oh no, I'll take her.
Is that the one that spilled iced tea on the
Yeah.
keyboard?
No. I unfortunately.
She won't give it up. She won't give them up.
No, I won't. I love my animals.
Okay, what'd you buy, Jan? Show us what you get. What'd you get?
All right, hold on. I'm getting it set up here. Let's see.
You got a toy.
I did. Well, and I figured that, there's been so many people asking me about just ways to up their game, and I I hopped in one of the tip clubs for the Canton Chamber not too long ago and gave away a bunch of some basic free advice and offered to help people live stream and do some free consulting sessions and stuff. So I figured there's a couple of them that I saw pop in here. So I figured I'd show them something that's an easy buy that can really up their content game. So
well, I bought a ring light. That's been a game changer.
So
what did you?
Oh, did you get a gamble?
This is it's called a Hohem gimbal, right? So what I love about this is that, most of the phones that we have right now, especially if you have an iPhone 8 or greater, has just as much megapixel as a entry level DSLR camera, right? And if you have the iPhone 11, you're actually pretty much on par with a true DSLR camera. So what I like about this is that Hohem is the manufacturer, and I can post the Amazon link in the description. Also, I'm not endorsed by them or anything, so this isn't like me trying to push product. But what I like about this, right, there's actually an attachment on the side, and I don't have the ring light for it or the shotgun mic for it right now because it's at the studio. But you can attach a microphone or a ring light right here in this port on the side. So what it does is it auto balances your phone.
Oh, wow.
It straight up. I can toggle it directly from here so that I can pan. I can go up or down.
Wow. Hey, Patty Tate, if you're still on, do you see this?
I can zoom in and out directly from here. And one feature that I really like about this is when I'm giving speeches, I'm all about recording content and repurposing content, right? So this actually has an automatic facial tracking software on it that it'll detect your face, and then you can set the speed at which you wish it to pan, and it'll track your face as you're moving and follow you while you're giving a speech, because I'm a walker when I'm giving speeches. And so this will actually take it and pan the camera to follow me as I'm pacing back and forth.
Oh, wow.
Which is another
It's
really
got to be good. I've seen you move.
I have to give him kudos for that. That is a really cool thing.
Yeah. And
then that's a wish list item on my book.
Yeah. And then it comes with a little, stand. You can
little tripod.
You can unscrew the tripod and attach it to a bigger one. But this is what, if anybody saw the video that we produced for Denise Hydet, the medical ICU nurse from Altman that's battling bile duct cancer. We put out that video. This is actually what I did a lot of the filming with.
Wow.
And an iPhone 11. And we also had a drone and a DSLR, but the majority of stuff was done here.
Nice. Oh, that was such a great video.
We've got a couple other people saying hi here.
Everybody say hi, Tracy.
Hi, Scott.
Tracy's friends are all here tonight.
And then we got Nicole.
From North Carolina. Hey, hi, Nicole.
Oh, we got friends from North Carolina? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hitting the big leagues, baby. Here in your state.
No.
Okay.
We're going interstate.
All right. So, yep, that's pretty much it. And the last thing that I like about it is that when you turn the base, it automatically pans the camera with you. So
nice.
That is nice.
And the thing is that this was only $89.99. right?
What?
The best under $100
What?
investment that I have ever made when it comes to producing content.
Nice. Because
110%.
the cheapest one I've seen lately is 150.
Yep. So if there's any business
Yeah.
owners that are out there that are looking to try to, essentially, I'm trying to show people how they can up their content game on the cheap right now, because I know that everybody doesn't have funding for professional video. They don't have the ability to do this. But if there's simple
That's really
things
cool.
like this that you can implement into your content game, especially for these one-person shops or, people that are doing coaching or anything like that, definitely recommend this as a
Or
video
I
series.
say, hey, Jan, can I borrow your thingy?
I have a lot of cool doohickeys, doodads, and thingies, so you'll have to
Very
specify.
fun.
But
Very fun.
A true techie person would.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. When it comes to audio equipment and being able to record content and stuff, I am a nerd.
Well, that's what makes you fun.
Yeah.
Tracy, you said you've been doing a little Amazon shopping yourself. What has Mr. Amazon brought you?
Food saver bags.
Yeah.
Paper towel holder.
Okay.
Towel holder. And a solar light that is like the sun. My garden.
The sun.
Yeah.
I like sticking light up things in my little mini garden.
Nice.
Are you recording on your phone right now or on a laptop?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm on my iPad.
On your iPad? Where's your mini garden at? Can we see it?
No, because it's a mess.
Oh, okay, that works. Also, Nicole, I do have some tricks for sound. If you want to add me on Facebook and shoot me a message, I can help you out with that for sure.
Nicole is my friend. Her business is Soulful Sounds, so she does live videos and recordings, and she's just amazing.
Oh, well then, yeah, definitely. I've got some tips and tricks for up that.
Yeah.
I actually have a really good relationship with Sweetwater Sound. We're an affiliate with them, so I've been dealing with them for the last 3 or 4 years. So definitely shoot me an ad, and we can talk about ways to get you some help. Cool.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, Tracy, what's your big question? Your burning question tonight?
Well, we were talking about.
Did you talk about what you bought or your cool thing, Kathy?
Yeah, my ring light.
Oh, the ring light. That's what it was.
Okay. Really, I've kind of gone on this buying shutdown. Like I said, I'm kind of here with my stuff all day. I've been grounded for over 7 weeks. And, the funny thing is I had a conversation with my mom who grounded me pretty much from the time I was in 7th grade till I moved out.
I had the
poor
flash
Kathy.
That's awkward.
Yeah. Well, I might have been a little rebellious back then, but I was talking to my mom about it and she goes, I don't remember that. And I'm like, what? Who are you? I'm glad they were all concurrent because I'd probably still be grounded. She would just throw out 6 weeks, 2 months, 3 months, but then she had nothing over me anymore. But so I've been grounded here for 7 weeks, and I'm here with all my stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I don't need much, but I noticed my lighting was really bad when I was doing a lot of Zoom meetings, and I've been on so many Zoom meetings, and
I feel like that should be one of our drinking words at this point.
Yeah, Zoom. Yeah. Drink.
I've only been on a couple.
I've heard that. I'm like getting to the point where every time someone says that, I'm like, whoa. Oh, sorry, excuse me.
It's become a verb.
Yeah.
Can we Zoom later on? And they don't mean go fast.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Well, yeah, that leads us into Tracy's big reveal.
Let's go. So we were talking pet rocks earlier.
Yes,
that was my thing. What is one of the most unique or strange gifts you've either received or given? Pet rock is one of them. I mean, it was an ingenious marketing concept that somebody came up with. And I used to have a couple of them. I no longer do.
I think mine died.
Strange, your pet rock? Jeez. That takes, at this point, I think that takes talent. That takes talent.
I'm a very talented woman, and I have some very unusual ones. And, but I'm really bad at nurturing rocks.
Nothing
my
quite like
personal
making an
exciting.
inanimate object even more inanimate.
Yeah, no, my cats are doing all right. So
Well, that's a plus.
yeah, I haven't killed a cat lately.
Lately. Uh-oh.
Not
We
a
won't-
So
while.
we won't-
either of you guys received a strange or unusual gift? And
I'm
we
trying
are
to
going to
think
keep
here.
it.
Oh, she's
on
bringing us
Instagram.
in. Let's
Huh?
see.
I think she's telling us we need to keep it PG.
Well, I have to say that, my mom sent me these garden claws, and I actually saw them on Facebook, but when I put them on, I just started doing the cat thing because they're like these big plastic claws that are on garden gloves, and they're the weirdest looking things ever.
Those probably would have been really great for a Lady Gaga concert.
Yeah, or a Halloween costume. But I took them to the garden when I was planting my stuff the other day, and nobody needs tools. I kind of might have
It worked.
felt like I was being a cat, but I was like working my garden and planting seeds with these big killer nails on. It's like, ooh,
Everybody wants to be a cat.
ow.
Everybody wants to be.
That's
I
it.
think that's in a movie.
It's a Disney movie
Aristocat.
from the Aristocats.
Aristocats,
Good
yes.
job.
Yeah. Well, okay. So no tooting my own horn here,
Yeah.
But I do enjoy the Disney movies. I
Ah,
thoroughly enjoy those.
What's your favorite? Or do we make that a question? some
Can
other
Can I do a top 3 in no particular
Yeah.
order?
yes.
Okay, because that's like asking, like, I'm not a dad yet, but I feel like that would be asking which one's my favorite child.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
That's one of those
Less
questions.
judgment.
I like this question better. What would be your top 3? Because I could tell you mine.
Mhm.
Mhm.
All right, so I'll give you guys my weirdest gift, and then we'll dive into Disney. We'll make this a
Okay.
bonus question for everybody to
Okay.
enjoy. So my weirdest gift is, so my parents, right? God love them. I definitely get my sick sense of humor from my dad, right? And when I was born, I had a little bit of, I guess I didn't really want to enter the world quite yet, right?
Uh-huh.
And so when I was now entered the world, my head was like a pine cone. And my dad has pictures of my skull like all misshapen with a tiny little hat on it, and I look like Patrick from SpongeBob. And he said that it was the most disturbing thing ever because he was like, "Oh my God, my son's gonna look like Pinhead Larry."
Oh, no.
And so he said, luckily the doctor was able to like mold my like fluctuatory skull bones back into a normally shaped head, even though I still had this weird flat zone on the back, but we won't talk about that.
Well, we understand the hats now.
It was well, this is so people that know me know that I always get a haircut every 2 weeks on the money. This is
Mhm.
what we're dealing with right now.
Oh,
Who
wow.
are
I
you?
don't think I've
It
seen it without
is-
a hat.
yeah.
Who are you, soldier?
So the hat stays on for now.
Do you
Um,
trust me? I have one of those zzz things.
I'm literally about this close to just taking a one and just going at it and just.
Mhm.
But what I want to do is I want to take a pre and post pandemic picture with my barber John.
Mhm.
Because I'm a creature of habit and I refuse to get my hair cut by anybody but John at this point. So I'm going to go up to LaBelle's Barber Parlor in Akron, sit down, take a, this is what Shaggy looked like during pandemic. And now I'm going to finally go back to clean cut Jan, which will be refreshing.
Ah.
Anyway, so this gift, right? So
Mhm.
Pinhead Larry baby,
Uh-huh.
it was Easter, I think like 2 or 3 years ago.
Uh-huh.
We have chickens on our farm. One of the chickens laid an egg that was super misshapen.
Mm.
Right. My dad, in my Easter basket, cut out a paper mache picture of my face and put it on this misshapen egghead,
I really do
and then
want
said,
your parents to
"Look,
adopt me."
this is you as a child," and starts
Oh.
peeing himself laughing. I mean, like wheezing like a tea kettle. Him and my mom both are wheezing. They're laughing so hard. And like when my dad starts to laugh really hard, he throws his head back and his face looks like he's going to have a stroke. I mean, his forehead vein starts pulsing. Like it's, and so he's laughing with that
Oh, this sounds
amount
good.
of intensity. And I'm just staring at it like, what the is this? I was like, what am I supposed to do with it? And he's like, well, it's hard boiled. You could eat it. But he was like, I figured that we would mess with you
Well,
at
that's
least a little
even
bit.
more disturbing.
Oh, wow.
actually.
Yeah, I was like, wait, so you want me to eat my own misshapen head? I was like, do you understand what this means on like an existential level? And he
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
he's like, forget about it. And I was like, this is messed up, man. But it was it was definitely one of the more interesting gifts. Actually, probably the most interesting gift I've ever
Yeah,
received.
that one is pretty high on the bizarro meter.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
that
is.
one was very odd.
Yeah.
Hello, Billy Deese says
Oh,
hello, Kathy.
Billy. Hi, Billy.
Speaking of which, okay, Billy, I see that you host a podcast for ComQuest, and we need to talk because I think that we can help each other reach out to the addiction population and the mental health population in the area. So if you want to shoot me a Facebook message if you're still listening, definitely do that. Because I've watched a lot of your stuff. Fun fact, Billy Deese is on TikTok.
Huh.
I know, Billy.
Also, fun fact, I just landed Kathy a potential coaching client from TikTok.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you.
In North Carolina, no less.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, there's North Carolina again.
for those of you guys that are crapping all over me having 30,000 followers on TikTok, there it is. The
I want to
practical
see the
business
dance you did to
application.
get them.
What?
What dance did you do to get all your TikTok people?
I think that the first couple, like the first 10,000 followers or so, were after a nursing story time. Like I would tell these nursing stories, and then a whole bunch of nurses started following me, and then I started doing stupid dances in the mirror. So,
So Tracy, what's your weird gift?
Oh, the pet rock.
Pet
Okay.
rock.
Pet rock.
Oh, Billy said, got it. Cool, man. I look forward to getting in touch.
Wonderful.
All right. Well, did you talk about a weird gift, or am I?
Yes.
Yeah, it was her pet rock, believe it
I
or
think
not.
we're
Not
on
Tracey,
to the Disney
Kathy.
movies.
Okay. Disney movies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you started it out.
Yeah. You're
this
not.
Okay, listen. This may not be my first glass. Okay, that's
It
all
may
I'm
not
gonna
be
say.
mine either. This is my second virtual cocktail.
Last week you went to go finish off your cup and you were like, "Oh, that was not mixed very well." I was like, she was trying to play it off like we don't know what's in the cup, and then we got to the very end and she was like, "Woo!"
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's why God made swizzle sticks.
Yes, it is. All right. So, for those of you that are listening now, we are in the final, actually bonus round at this point of hashtag Let's Talk About Something Else with your hosts every week, Jan Almasy and Kathy Yaros, and our special guest, Tracey, this week. So, thank you, Tracey, for your wonderful third question. That definitely opened up a very interesting story.
It did. As I knew it would.
I may have nightmares tonight.
If you have a dream about my face on a misshapen egg, we've got deeper issues than just this whole thing going on. So our final question that actually kind of our final question that kind of came about throughout all of this is top 3 Disney movies, right?
All right.
So my first one is probably Hercules. Love Hercules. And I love the soundtrack in that movie. So when I was a kid, I always felt like, I mean, I've talked about this openly all the time. You know, the entire reason why Apex started is because I went through a suicidal phase in high school and, you know, dealt with anxiety and depression, all this other kind of stuff. And the song Go the Distance always, you know, rang home with me. And so I loved Hercules because it was this kid that was an outcast. He didn't really fit in anywhere. He was just trying to find his place in the world. And it took him leaving his home to try to pursue this journey to go the distance, right? And make it to his end goal, which was, you know, finding a girl, all this other kind of stuff, saving the world. But it all was because he wanted to just find a place where he could fit in. That was the entire purpose of the movie, the storyline. So that's why I love Disney movies, because they're so deep if you actually pay attention.
Yeah.
What's going on. And so then my second one is probably Pocahontas. And Pocahontas, because like The Colors of the Wind is an amazing song.
It is an amazing.
Reminds me of my mom, because my mom is one of those people that's very, I mean, just growing up in Slovakia, she's very in touch with nature, you know, like picking mushrooms as a kid and having animals and living on the farm and everything else like that. And I remember her talking about how she relates to Pocahontas all the time because, you know, in The Colors of the Wind, she's like, I cannot see that the savage one is me.
Mm-hmm.
And she would talk about that all the time, like feeling like she didn't fit in here because she had a thick accent or she looked at things a little bit differently. She had a little bit more of an Eastern medicine approach, which is now hip,
Mm-hmm.
but 20 years ago was not so much.
Mm-hmm.
I like being
That's
taken to
true.
naturopathic doctors as a child and stuff like that. I remember people, or even just being homeschooled, like we were always kind of on the fringe of society. And then my third one is actually a newer one.
Mm-hmm.
It would, and I know I'm kind of cheating here, but it's going to be a direct tie between Tangled and Frozen 2.
Oh.
Tangled.
Because Tangled, just like Pastel, is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I love the character, right? And I love the soundtrack in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Then Frozen 2, like nobody can replace Idina Menzel. I'm just gonna like drop that mic right there and just leave it because that entire soundtrack in Frozen 2, plus the storyline of like the whole thing with Elsa trying to discover herself
I
and
haven't seen it.
not
Haven't
she.
either.
I
Um,
haven't seen it.
I actually just compared this to my journey through Apex with somebody the other day because Elsa in the beginning of that movie hears this voice, right?
Mhm.
And everyone thinks she's batshit crazy for
Mhm.
one to follow this voice, right? Because
Uh-huh.
everything's stable right now. The kingdom's in a good place. Like everyone's content, but she hears this voice in the distance and she needs to go pursue it somehow. And I looked at it with me and people are like, you're in the military. You have a nursing career. Everything is stable. Why are you trying to pursue this?
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't get it out of my head. I
In
hear
your
the voice
heart.
in the distance. Exactly. And I need to go in that direction, regardless of what anybody else is
Yes.
saying.
Mm-hmm.
They get to this point in the movie where she busts out of the top of a mountain and is like doing her Frozen Queen thing and finally accepts the fact that regardless of what anybody else says, she's going to pursue what she needs to pursue. And it's a beautiful storyline.
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen it yet. I
You-
love Frozen 1.
There's a point in Frozen 2 where you might cry because it almost got me.
I don't cry.
It
We're
may
gonna
have
to
actually
watch it.
got me.
I'd really like to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun fact: Pocahontas was one of Christian's first words.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He used to go
Pocahontas.
Pocahontas.
I was gonna say Pocahontas out of all. That is so many
And
syllables.
it was so cute the way he said it, and it was really one of his first words.
Oh, look, Corey said that she cried bad during the movie.
Oh,
Nice.
we'll have to check it out.
I'm telling you, there's a point in that movie that there's a song that's just like very dark, and you're like, oh my god, like this is horrible.
Yeah. Well, there's always that moment in most Disney movies that just get you.
Yeah.
You know, where that kind of turning point moment, and
And some of them don't even hold back. Like Tarzan, it's right in the beginning. Like, hey, by the way, parents are dead. There you go.
well, dead parents seem to be a Disney theme.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
but
very
you have
true.
to have tragedy in order to grow,
Have triumph.
and
Yeah.
understand and move
Yeah, I
forward.
guess, but dead parents always.
You're like, come on, be more creative.
Come on, can we have a happy parents, but for some reason you're not, or I don't know.
We got to be careful talking about Disney stuff. This video isn't going to get any views. They're going to blackball us like Big Brother. They've got power like that. Okay, so Kathy, we'll move on to you. What are your top 3 Disneys?
Oh gosh. Well, I watched, Jungle Book like 8,000 million times when my children were little.
I love Jungle Book.
And because my kids loved it.
Simple
So my favorite Disney movie actually just bring to mind some of the fun times that we had. My PC's dying here. Because we used to watch these movies a lot, and little kids like to watch them over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
So we watched Jungle Book, and then Robin Hood was actually one of our favorites that we really loved. And I'm going to turn this off here. Okay. And let's see, I liked Lion King a lot. I really loved Lion King.
I've had a couple of people inside of my Facebook watch party be like, are you serious? Where's Lion King at?
Yeah,
I
but
know, right?
Here
And
we
I
go.
have to tell you a funny Disney movie story. So when I was with the Y, we had this day of caring, and we got these football players from Walsh University who came over and volunteered. Yeah, and they were so awesome with the kids. And so we had this one little girl that just she just couldn't do the group thing. And he said, I'll just stay with her. She just isn't dealing with the group very well. And so I walked in and they were working on the little service project we had going, and they were discussing very deeply Disney movies and the princesses, the merits and the pros and cons. And this football player was so involved with this conversation, he didn't even see me standing there. I wish I could have recovered it because it was one of the most precious moments I've ever seen. And this little girl who was so miserable at this event because she wasn't used to being around people, or she didn't deal with it well. It was just chattering away about her favorite princess, and this football player, this big hulk of a guy, is going, no, she's my favorite too, but this one I'm not so crazy about. And they were just discussing all these princesses, and it was the most precious thing I ever saw. So what did I say? Jungle Book, Robin Hood, and Lion King are probably my three. And I really like the Little Mermaid because I love the music. I just love the music.
Yeah.
And I just love the crab.
Yes.
So Tracy, what about you?
My only issue with Lion King is it does not teach the circle of life, because in the circle of life we don't give the animals human emotions and conflict. But I love the music. But
That's
the
fair.
Aristocats, hands down, because I'm a cat fanatic. So that was always one of my favorites.
The
Cinderella.
Aristocats has a really underrated soundtrack too.
Oh, that was
really does.
The Aristocats soundtrack is phenomenal.
I just love the Aristocats, but I'm a cat fanatic.
Yeah, Aristocat was fun.
It was.
And then
My
Cinderella,
second one
you
would
said?
be Cinderella.
Hmm.
I just love Cinderella. Always have. Always wanted a pretty blue sparkly dress.
Well, who didn't?
Yeah, me too.
Hey, we really need to talk, sweetheart.
We really do. And then I think Aladdin is my third next one. I just love Aladdin.
Oof.
I was in a wedding once, and that Whole New World song was their theme song. And I was the maid of honor, so I was like the second person on the dance floor, and there were lots and lots of bridesmaids. And I think they played it through like 1,000 times. And I was dancing with the best man, who was clearly uncomfortable dancing with the maid of honor, who was 6 months pregnant at the time. In this hideous dress. And he's like holding me out at fingertip length. And I just remember hearing that song, and I loved it before that wedding, but afterwards I was kind of over it.
Right. So we've got a couple of guest submissions here. So Devin Kohler says his number one is Avatar.
Oh, that's a good movie.
Oh, I love Avatar.
That one like upped Disney's game.
Is that Disney?
What was it?
Pixar Studios.
Let me look and see, because maybe Devin's throwing us off here.
But that's okay, Devin, because that is that show makes me cry. It's everything I believe.
Oh, it says Avatar Disney replaced Camp Mini Mickey in May 2.
Okay, that's
May of
excellent.
2017.
It is a wonderful. I love Avatar.
Well, because that's when all the artificial intelligence and stuff first started coming out for the like the animation and stuff like that. And then he said his number 2 is Miracle on 34th.
Oh, I agree with him too. I love that. The old one.
Which is
phenomenal. He's good off the cartoon ones.
Yeah, and then I'd like to say what's up to Frank Wyatt, Devin Storch, and Kenny Hodge. Dude, what is up? If you want to comment and say how you're doing, I would love to hear how you're doing, man. He was he wrestled with me in high school.
Oh wow.
Actually, funny story about Kenny Hodge. When I first like got onto the wrestling team, it was kind of like a hazing ritual, I guess, to wrestle Kenny. And I grew up in Canton South, right? So one of my best friends in high school was a Gus Malabite, and his farm was like right down the street from my parents' farm. And so we'd go down there all the time and just mess around in the barn and have fires and everything like that. And when it came time for me to make varsity, Kenny wrestled me in Gus's gravel driveway and whooped my ass.
The gravel might have had something to do with it.
Yeah, and I came back and I had like gravel like stuck in like my shoulder and like stuff like that. My dad's like, "What happened?" And I was like, I made the wrestling team. I'm on varsity." He was like, "Okay, that works, I guess." And let's see here. Devin's number 3 was Lion King, it looks like. And then Corey's got a couple of comments here. She says Cinderella is also one of her tops and wants to throw Alice in Wonderland in the ring for us.
Oh, that's a great
Oh,
one.
that's fun.
That's a great one too. I love the cats in all of those, even though they're portrayed as wicked.
Well, cats usually are in Disney. Maybe Disney didn't like cats.
Well, I guess so. Lady and the Tramp was another one that was so cute.
Yeah.
That's a good one too. Yeah, for sure.
The Siamese cats. We used to
Yeah.
have one all the time.
Yeah, you're right. I think somebody at Disney
Wait.
had it out for cats.
Corey, was Tracy Hodge your bus driver? Because that would be Kenny's mom. Corey says his mom used to be my bus driver, I think. I'm
Oh.
pretty sure she was a bus driver for Fairless, actually. So that'd be a weird connection.
Yeah.
And then I'd also like to say hi to Kelly, Zach Locke, and Kelly Presson. Actually, Kelly Presson. So there's a part of this live stream that you're going to want to rewind to. I mean, I know we have our consulting call tomorrow, but there's a piece of equipment I want you to see. If you go back in the live stream, you can watch it. I think
I
it's
know Kelly.
15 or 20 minute mark. So,
But you and I seem to have a lot of duplicates on our friend list. So
yeah, we most definitely do. So, all right, well,
let's draw for tonight's prize. I have another Diva Dozen cookies to go out.
okay. Let me pull up my randomizer here.
Hmm.
Doom, doom, doo, 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 doo.
That is so cool, his randomizer.
You can thank Google.
Yay, Google.
All right, let's see here. We got Frank. Whoops. Let me go back here.
We got Corey. We got Patty, Scott, Nicole.
All right, yeah, here. Let me go ahead and read off first name, last initial from your list, and I'll add them in here.
Okay, Corey R.
Okay.
Patty J.
J.
Scott S. Nicole S.
Okay. And then I think that's it for
Corey
inside
R.
of the chat, right?
Beginning. I had a bunch of people on and off my watch party throughout the night, but some of them probably just scrolled on by.
All right, so I'll put the people that Kelly, that's perfectly fine. Not being able to join earlier. The beautiful thing about these live streams is that they'll be uploaded and you can rewatch them. Plus, I got plenty of information for you tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that discovery call there. Let's see here. Okay, so I need to add in Mick Cogan, Mick C, Devin K. Let's see who else we got here.
I'll tell you what.
Chris L.
Just in case anybody listening, Fraggle Rock, Apple TV, they're doing new Fraggle Rock series.
Oh my gosh, how fun. I used to love it.
And you know
Muppet
what
Show.
Jim Henson's goal with Fraggle Rock was to create a show about world peace
Billy D.
among the different, the Doozers, the Fraggles, and the Gorgs.
Mm-hmm.
It was all about getting along. I mean, it's just beautifully done.
That sounds like a Dr. Seuss book almost.
Yeah, Dr. Seuss was all about that too.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it Theodore Geisel? Is that Dr. Goose?
Yes.
Dr. Seuss?
Yes.
That's one of my dad's favorite random trivia questions. I don't know why he asks that at every party we go to.
Because he
But-
knows it.
Exactly.
I can't wait to meet his parents. I can't wait to meet your parents.
We're so coming to a bonfire at your house,
Yeah.
and there's nothing you can do about it.
Oh, 110%. We just cut down a whole bunch of trees too, so we're gonna have plenty of wood. We'll have it post.
I need to get Suni Moon here because I need a tree ceremony. I have to lose like 5 of my trees.
We'll have to have a post pandemic bonfire. All right, I've got our randomizer list here, so let's go ahead and randomize the form. Let's see who we got here. So it looks like we've got Patty J.
Patty J, get her
Awesome.
address, and I'll send that out.
Cool. And then Patty was Tracy's friend?
Patty
Right.
Tate was my friend.
Cool. So if she's
little
not
bracelets.
currently listening, then go ahead and Tracy, you can reach out to her and get that information to Kathy, and
I will
we'll
do
get
that.
sent
Awesome.
out. Beautiful. All
Well,
right, guys.
It's been fun. It's been an hour, believe it or not. So it's always fun to hang out with you guys.
We are ready to boogie. And actually, today marks the end of the pre-prepared questions that Kathy had for me. So we are not going to announce new questions this week. You'll have to stay tuned for when the live stream gets posted. Traveling is going to be our topic next week.
Weird things that have happened. And, we might as well just go back to the foods. What's the weirdest thing you ate on vacation? Because That's where you really you're just like, what the hey? I've never been here before. Let's do it.
That's
So
very true.
where's
Very
the
true.
farthest you've traveled? What's the weirdest thing that's ever happened on your travels? And what's the funnest thing you've tried on your travels?
I can roll with that. All right, guys. So next week will
can
be
too.
a travel-based
Talk
show.
about traveling.
And Tracy, I'd like to extend an invite for you to join us again next week.
Come back.
Thank you. I would love to come.
All right.
Beautiful. All right, guys. So now the Let's Talk About Something Else family has officially grown to 3 members.
Awesome.
And we will be back next week, Tuesday at 7 p.m. to talk about anything.
Or whenever our board meeting gets over.
Oh, yeah, that's very true. We do have a board meeting next week. Okay. I will adjust the schedule based on me and Kathy's previous obligations.
Yeah. Maybe doing it in the car.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It is a Zoom meeting, right?
Oh, no.
No?
Yeah, that is a Zoom meeting.
Ah.
I guess we're not going in a car, right? Shouldn't be too bad. We could just excuse ourselves.
Okay, good. Got it. Well,
All
we said the Z word like 4 times, so I just finished my drink. So.
Thank you both. This
No
is
problem,
great.
Tracy. I'm
Good
glad that
night.
you were able to join us.
You too. We'll talk soon.
All
Bye.
right, everybody. Have a great night.
Bye, everybody.
You too.